Yes, I use two cloud storages. One is Microsoft's OneDrive, and the other one is Apple's iCloud. The thing that I like about OneDrive is that because the storage is actually pretty big, OneDrive is actually, the software is actually pretty good. Everything transparent. If I go to my PC or my other devices, I can actually get my files very easily. The one problem that I have though with OneDrive is that if I were to use my iPhone with OneDrive, sometimes the file sync is actually still a little bit more problematic. For example, sometimes the files just wouldn't sync. Like I would have 3 or 4 files that wouldn't sync. They will be going in an infinite loop and trying to sync forever. So overall, the experience is quite good because things are pretty transparent and fast. But sometimes there are still issues. I think one of the things that I want is to actually be able to share files with my friends and also actually feel secure about what exactly was shared. For example, if I were to share a file, say file 1 in folder 1, well, I actually have file 2, 3, and 4 in the same folder. If I actually share file 1, I want to be assured that when I share file 1, that everything under folder 1 actually doesn't get shared. Things like that. I think those are things that kind of are a little bit challenging today because when I share out file 1, I'm not sure what OneDrive is doing. Does it actually share out that only one file, or does it actually change the permission of that file directory and actually share everything beneath that? So things like that are actually some of the concerns that I have. Um, and I think it would be really useful if actually there was a feature or a very simple way to actually audit all those different files that I've shared. Say I might actually look at the audit every month or two to make sure that I'm actually not sharing files that I'm not supposed to. Because those are the things that, talking about security, right? Those are the things that I want to be assured that I didn't do the wrong thing. And if I did, that the wrong thing I did in the past would actually get audited and reported so that I can actually correct that issue. The number two feature, which you said basically is encrypting the files, I think that part is actually a little bit more important for me because I think one of the features I would love to be able to do is actually manage a file based on key so that I can actually be assured that when I share a file out, only a certain number of people actually have access to it, and only those people have access to it. Like for example, if the key is actually locked to a particular person, say to his Facebook account or Microsoft account or whatnot, I think that's actually a good feature. Going back to number one, having the ability to actually share all those files together, combining all those file storages together is actually quite useful as well because, for example, I have a lot of storage on OneDrive, but I actually don't have a lot of storage on iCloud. So I would be able to, if I actually would be able to combine both together and use it at once as a OneDrive, that would be pretty useful. It will be even more useful if I actually can have my iPhone access whatever um, um, that this particular storage OneSafe is, instead of have my iPhone actually have access to iCloud, actually have my iPhone tap into OneSafe. As an overall design, it is very important that OneSafe is absolutely transparent to the users. So users don't have to think about anything about OneSafe at all. They can just use it and basically install and forget about it. That way, all the interaction is actually very, very easy. Like basically, they don't have to think about anything. They don't have to think about key management. They just have to think about them, their users, and then be able to share things that way. So all the operations are basically very transparent.